right. Welcome to today's broadcast. I'm excited to have you here, whether you're watching me on Facebook or whether you're watching from YouTube. It is always a pleasure to be able to share something to help you be more successful and build your network marketing business with a little bit more ease. My name is Tracy Walker. I am a single mom and I am a documented seven-figure earner inside the network marketing industry. I am also a leader and a mentor. All right. Now, one of the things that is most notable, how I'm different from a lot of people out there, is that I am a marketing automations expert. So, what that means is that I take the things that we do in network marketing and I look at the processes and I say, what can I automate and what can I stop doing manually, right? Because I like my time and I like to spend time with my son and I don't want to be ball and chain to my computer when I'm supposed to have a business and a life at the same time. And so I've mastered taking a lot of the processes that we absolutely must do to propel forward in network marketing and automate those processes such that I can have a business running, not just a, highly engaged self-employment situation. All right. So I'm excited to have you here. And today I want to talk about some recruiting secrets, especially as it relates to you potentially feeling or being stuck in your network marketing business as it relates to recruiting. Okay, if you've been doing recruiting or network marketing for some period of time, you may have realized, if you look at a pattern, that you're able to get to a certain point in your recruiting and then something happens, you plateau. All right, you don't necessarily fall off, but you plateau. In other words, you're able to recruit, 2 people, 5 people, 10 people, 20 people. Now, if you are a machine, okay, then yes, you're recruiting 100 people, 200 people, and that's what it is. But the average person, 2 people, 5 people, 10 people, and then you hit a plateau. And then you start to feel discouraged. I want to talk to you a little bit about that and some things that you can do to circumvent that, such that you don't look at it as a discouragement, but you look at it from the standpoint of an opportunity to adjust how you are doing a few of the things that you are doing and the way that you are approaching it. Okay, that is the key to what it is that we are doing. So, some light housekeeping, guys. I want to make sure that you are focused on what we're doing. I know if you're watching this with me live, congratulations. You caught this at a time where you can focus in, and that's what I want you to do. I want you to hear what I'm saying, and then I want you to take the notes, and I want you to actually go and implement what I'm saying. Okay, the days of just consuming information is those days are over. Okay, you did that. If you happen to go to college, you were in high school, right? You've done that. All right. And the way that we are taught to learn is that you consume for, a year or half a year, and then you take a test on it. You consume for 4 months, and then you have to memorize, and then you have to regurgitate for a final, for a test, for an exam, for an LSAT, for an MCAT, for whatever it is that you have to do for a doctorate, right? You have to regurgitate. And so when you get started in home-based business, you want to approach this with that same methodology, and it doesn't work, right? And then you say things like, "Oh, I'm overwhelmed. Oh my God, it's so much information. Oh, it's a water hose." When in reality, it's not. You just have to switch the way that you do it. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about it. All right. If you are in network marketing and you have been in at least 2 companies, you know that company one, you're excited, you're raving, ready to go, you recruit some people, and then things die off. Now, I've had people in my organization over the years believe, and it's not faulty to believe that, it's just perspective. I've had people to believe that, oh, it's just the way it works, that every 90 days or every 60 days things drop off, right? It's just the way it works. And I want to challenge the thought process on that, because yeah, it's the way it works, but there's a reason why it works like that. And the reason is because most people don't know how to get over the hump or to get through the brick wall of the 90 days, right? Most people, We are taught to do a 90-day run, which is fine. I don't have not one iota of a problem with that. Okay. But what happens is that you don't have stamina. Okay. We talk about network marketing being a marathon, not a sprint. However, you're sprinting, right? You're sprinting for 90 days and then you're going to sprint for another 90 days, right? And if you add up all of those sprints, it's essentially a sprint, right? It's what they're saying. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. Yeah, but you're sprinting for 90 days 4 times in a year, and 4 sprints equal a sprint. Okay, it doesn't equal a marathon. So the psychology behind that to me is a little off. Whereas if you understand specifically what you're doing and you pace yourself, you can do it fast. Okay, you can do it slow. I mean, money loves speed, so you have to decide how you want to approach that. But if you have a strategy and a process that you employ such that you are then able to do it in the first 90 days, and then you're able to do it in the second 90 days, then you're able to do it in the third 90 days, and the fourth 90 days, you're going to have a much more successful year. However, if your strategy only works for the first 90 days, then that means the second 90 days you're deflated. That's not just because that's how it works. It's because the strategy that you used initially is not going to carry you to the next phase. It's almost like what they say when you get married, right? Like when you're in the dating phase, when you're in the engagement phase, it's like they say, whatever you did to get that person, whatever you did to build a bond with that person, you want to keep doing that thing. Okay. So if what you did at the beginning was talk to all your friends and family, then that's fine. But then in the second 90 days, unless you've somehow acquired a new set of friends and family, then that's not going to carry you to the next level. You have to have a different strategy. Okay. So you can't do a bunch of friends and family sprints and think that that's going to help you sustain, because over time, what happens is that leads to burnout, because then you don't have there's a finite number of friends and family. There's a finite number of people that you can reach out and touch. There's a finite number of people in the warm market. And if your strategy is built on 90 days of finite approach and finite what is the word, strategy, then you won't have anything to move past those 90 days. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to talk to you a little bit about getting past that, and how to get unstuck in your recruiting. All right. How to get unstuck. So the very first thing is, once you get past that initial phase, okay, once you've done the friends and family, once you've done the warm market, once you've done whatever that looks like for you, once you've done whatever your upline told you to do, just writing a list, that's what you want to do. Once you've done that and you have recruited those that you could recruit, and those that don't want to be a part of your business, they've made it clear, and that's fine. Okay. After you've done that, you're going to have to start thinking like a business owner. Okay. At the beginning, that excitement is going to get you going. At the beginning, that, ignorance on fire, right? It works. But this is a real business with real financial goals, and you want real results. You're not going to build that type of business, a 7-figure business, a multiple high 6-figure business, on sheer excitement. You must have a blueprint and a strategy. So after you've done that, the very first thing that you need to consider as a business owner now is, okay, who is it that I need to really be speaking with? Who is it that I really need to focus my time and attention on in terms of recruiting? In other words, who's your target market? Who exactly would be ideal for my product, for my service, for this opportunity? Who exactly? Who exactly? You have to identify who you want to talk to. So let's just say that you want to talk to single moms, and you believe that single moms would benefit from what it is that you have. No problem. Now you're going to have to go out and you're going to have to test your theory. See, a lot of the challenge with network marketing is that you might hear what I'm saying, which is go, identify your target market, and then you pick a target market. And then when that target market doesn't respond the way you want that target market to respond, you're either done with the whole network marketing, or you don't evaluate maybe selecting a different target market. Okay, psychologically you might be in a process. The way you perceive information is that you got to make people do stuff, right? No, I know they need it. I know they need it. So I guess got to find a way to make them. No, you don't. What you have to do is you have to identify that target market, but then it's important for you to get out of your body. Okay, this is in a metaphorical perspective. Get out of your body and step into their body, and then identify, okay, now that I know I want to talk to single moms, or now that I know I want to talk to single dads, or now that I know that I want to talk to people that work at the post office because I work at the post office, because now that I know I want to talk to those people, you got to get into their body metaphorically, and you got to then decide and understand, what is it that they want? What is it that they don't want? How do they perceive certain things? What are they willing to do? What kind of work ethic do they have? Do they think like an entrepreneur? Do they have to be told what to do all the time? Can they think outside of the box? Are they willing to take risks? You have to think about these things. You do. You're not just going to get on Facebook and be like, okay, well, I want to talk to people that, work at the post office, and then just start inboxing people that that work at the post office, that you get into a group and you see that this is post office workers, and then you just start hammering people on, hey, have you seen my business? Have you seen my business? Go take a look. Go take a look. Hey, get a free this, get a free that, take the free tour, take the free this, right? Like you cannot approach the same, you cannot approach a new challenge with the same way that you've been approaching everything else. You have to change. Okay. So the first thing that you have to do is you decide who you want to talk to. That is period. And if you don't do that, then you're stuck in a mindset that you're talking to everybody. And whoever taught you that, I'm sorry, you can love them, you can worship them, you can adore them, you can respect them, but I am telling you, as a marketer, like, I'm a marketer first. I enjoy network marketing because I understand the business model and I know how it provides residual income when you can do things in a certain way, as well as Steve Waddles teaches us, doing things in a certain way. But I'm a marketer first, and I'm telling you that if you're marketing to everybody, you're marketing to nobody. So that's number one. Okay. You have to understand that. So, no, you're not targeting everybody. No, you are not. I don't care if everybody you believe is fat and needs to lose weight, and you sell a weight loss product. You're not talking to all of them. Who you're talking to are the people who, out of that bunch, want to lose weight. Out of that bunch, want to change their life. Out of that bunch, want to have a healthier lifestyle. That's who you're talking to. You're not just talking to all of those people. You're talking to that target market, but of those people, you're speaking to and you're looking to extract and get those to raise their hand that actually want what you have. In other words, we're looking for people who are looking for us. So that's the very first thing that you have to do is, who do you want? Okay, it's like a who, where, who, what, where, who, where, what. Who do you want? Okay, great. Now, after you figure out who you want, you got to go into step two, which is, what do they want? What do they want? Think about it. Be an entrepreneur. Stop just getting into things and not considering how you are going to build a long-term business. You've recruited, let's say you got 10 friends and family, you've recruited all 10. Now what? I know now you want to get into their warm market. Okay, great. But they don't have the same excitement that you had. So now they're not willing to do that just yet, or as fast, or as intense, or, they don't have the same motivation. So you can't duplicate that excitement. So what you have to still be able to do simultaneously while working with those who want to build the business, you still have to be in the business of getting new customers all the time, all the time, all the time. So you have to think about what it is that they want. What do those post office workers want, really? What do those single moms want, really? Okay. Then after you know what they want, well, who you want, and then you figure out what they want, then you have to figure out where they are in relation to getting that. Where are they in relation to getting that? So in other words, if you're speaking to the post office workers and they say, and you know that they want to not have to work so much, like they'd rather have a business that they can work from home. Okay. You need to identify, is it a business that they want from home, or do they just want to work at home? Because a business that one works from home is different than work from home. Work from home could be a job that allows you to be remote and do the job, get a paycheck, but you're doing it at home. That is not a home based business. That is working your job from home. A person may not want to have a home-based business where there's autonomy, where they're the decision maker, where they get to pick their brand, their colors, what they're going to say, how they're going to say it, who they want to talk to. Maybe they do not want to be in charge of being accountable for their actions, making sales, tracking what they're doing. They don't want to be in a leadership role. Maybe they don't want that. So if they don't want that, you need to identify that and then figure out where they are in relationship to getting what they want. If they want to work from home, which is not a business, and they are not interested in having a business, then those are not the people that you want. Even if they work at the post office, you are not going to convince a person like me who doesn't eat meat that because you have the highest quality meat, that now I need to buy the meat. Or even if you gave me the meat for free, you're not going to get me who doesn't eat meat to get any meat. Free meat, high quality meat, USDA meat, laboratory meat that they got now, in case you didn't know. Another topic, another day. It doesn't matter. You're not going to get a person who doesn't want what you have, even if you think they should want to have it, to suddenly desire what you have. Okay. If the person reveals to you that they don't want that, or you understand through conversation they don't want that, then you got to let that person go. The quicker that you can let people go and move on to the next person, the better results and success you will have. The more you are trying to get people to do something that they don't want to do, there's a phrase that goes, convince someone against their will, they're of the same opinion still. Okay. That leads to refunds. That leads to buyer's remorse. That leads to starting and then quitting and then, oh, I don't really want to do it. My husband said this, my spouse, I don't have time. It leads to that. So the better that you are at identifying this up front, because of your professionalism and you listening to what I'm teaching you as an entrepreneur and a business owner, the better you're going to have on the back end, the better results you're going to have on the back end. Okay. Recap. Who do you want? 2, what do they want? 3, where are they in getting that? If the person does want a home-based business, then the question is, have they found one already? If they're in one, how well are they doing with that one? If they're not in one, which ones have they looked at? Which ones have they evaluated? Why haven't they chosen the ones that they've looked at? Or did they choose them? Well, what's the problem with it? Why aren't you happy with it, right? That's the direction that you have to go. All of that to then determine whether or not this is an ideal prospect or a suspect. Really, everybody is a suspect at the beginning. So you're prospecting. You're in the process of actively prospecting because you're looking for prospects. But at the beginning, everybody would be suspects. So through you having, let's say, all of these different flowers represent the suspects. So while looking at these suspects, I have to go through this one and say, I have to prospect you and see, are you a prospect? 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 I have to go through each of these suspects to see if they're prospects. And guess what? Even if only these 1, 2, 3, 4 are your prospects, you don't know that unless you go through all of them. So the best thing you can do for yourself is, first of all, start with all of them being in a specific point in their life where they want something. If you at least start with a bunch of suspects that want change, Then as you prospect, you'll identify the ones who are actually actively looking and seeking to achieve change. Let these people go. Let these people go. Put them on your follow-up list. Hopefully you have an automated follow-up list, because this is not a manual process. If you're manually trying to keep up with people who said it is that they don't want to do it, then you're wasting your energy, you're wasting your time, and then this is having a play on your psyche. You're thinking that these are the people that indicate your success, and they don't. They told you they didn't want to do it, but you don't know how to go get more of them. So you keep harassing them. That is a psychological issue with you that you have to get over. That's being stuck. So I'm suggesting that then you prospect the people, you find these people through questioning all of these people, and now you work with these people. Now, of these 4 people, maybe only this person is actively ready to do what you're suggesting. You might say, hey, well, would you be open to taking a look at another opportunity? And they say yes. Then this person is who you want to speak to. So you have to speak to all of these people to get to this person. But all of these people said they wanted something. Then 4 of these people said they were willing to go and get it. But one of these people is ready to go and get it right now. Now, once you've done that, let's say it takes you 2 days to get through all of these people, and you've got that one person. Now you're stuck. You're like, well, I don't have any more people. Right. So the strategy by which you went and got these people, you have to have a plentiful source of where you got these people, so that now you can go back and get more people. You got to go back and get more of these people. If this was your friends and family list and you've exhausted this list, you don't have any more people. And if you're posting on social media to this same finite group of people, let's say they're not your friends and family, but it's just people in your social media, and this is your finite group of people, well, then you're still going to have the same problem, because you don't have new eyeballs on what it is that you're doing. So how to get unstuck is a psychological situation where first you need to realize you have to get out of the finite category. After you're out of the finite category and you're searching for now more of an infinite category, you need to ask yourself, who is that group that I'm looking for? What is it that that group really wants? Where are these people in relation to them getting what they want? And finally, am I able to provide them with what they want? There's plenty of times where I speak with people and I realize I'm not able to provide them with what they want. If I'm speaking with someone and they're like, oh, yeah, well, I want to be able to, have a business that I can work from home, but I don't want to pay anything for it. And I only have, 1 hour a week. And I don't really have a desire to do anything fast. Like, I only want to make an extra $300 a month. For me, based on my criteria, I can't give them that. I can't give you a free business where on top of it, you don't really have a desire for anything. And then the thing that you desire, which is the $300, you really could do without the $300, right? In other words, if there's no motivation, like, what do you want $300 for? You just wanted an extra thing. Okay, great. You'd be better off going and getting a second job. You're not going to put in the work that it takes to be an entrepreneur for $300, because the risk versus the reward that you want, it's not going to outweigh the risk. But if you're somebody, you say, hey, look, I want $20,000, $30,000 a month. Well, see, then I know that the risk that you put in, when you yield that reward, is going to be worth it to you. The $300, that ain't going to be worth you getting on a Zoom call once or twice a week. It's not going to be worth you prospecting and learning a skill set. It's not going to be worth you, going to company events. It's not going to be worth you doing anything outside of your normal everyday comfort zone to get $300. It's not. You do better off driving Uber for that. So I cannot offer that type of person what they want. And for me to be able to say, I'm sorry. I don't think I'm going to be the ideal person for you. For me to be able to say that, guys, that is being able to psychologically let go and move on. And there's nothing to be stuck with. Now, if I tried to convince this person, or if I were able to get this person to take a free tour, okay, that person still isn't going to sign up because they didn't want to begin with. You see what I'm saying? And so that's where we are with it. So the function of being unstuck is psychological. You yourself have to first get out of the finite pool of where you're going to automatically be stuck. Secondly, once you get into more of an infinite pool, you've got to get out of the idea that you need to hold on to people who don't want what you have and only focus on the people who are looking out of that pool, who's looking for something, and more effectively, who's looking for something right now, willing to do something right now. Right now. That's who your ideal person is. So you've got to get to work in doing that. All right. So that is how you get unstuck. It's a very simple process. All right. So I wanted to just share that with you and make sure that you had some resources to move forward in your recruiting. I've actually put together a 7 P's. It's a free PDF, right? It's the 7 P's to recruiting like crazy. If you don't have your hands on this PDF, you want to head over to www.recruitlikeCrazybootcamp.com and grab it. Okay, it's a free PDF and it's going to go over the 7 P's that you need to master. I'm not even going to sugarcoat this for you. It's not like you need to read it, like you need to review it, and you need to just glance at it. The 7 P's is something that you absolutely need to master in order for you to be successful in network marketing. I'm not going to play with you and make you think that you can play, your psychology and your skill set can be down here, but in reality, you want results that are up here. You can't do that. You've got to raise your level of skill. You got to raise your level of commitment, and you got to raise your level of willingness to do what it takes to have the results that you want. So these aren't just 7 P's that I think it's a good idea for you to just gauge over, glance over, and then just say, oh yeah, I got that. No, this is something that you need to master. Every single P is going to be integral in your success. All right. So head over to www.recruitlikeCrazybootcamp.com. Go ahead and grab it, download it, and then read what I have there and start to process the information accordingly, such that you are now moving into a professional in this space versus an amateur. Because guys, as I close out, that amateurs don't get paid. Okay, name me an amateur. Okay, no. Professionals get paid and amateurs don't. So it's time to elevate if you want. Okay, I'm talking to the people who want to and who are willing to and who are saying, you know what, I'm ready to. That's it. All right. So with that being said, guys, head over to www.recruitlikeCrazybootcamp.com. Grab your 7 P's PDF for free and watch this again. Write down those 4 things as a recap for getting unstuck. And I hope that you are able to move forward and start moving with some momentum. All right, guys. I'll see you next time.